Hello guys, it's me, TrainLover16, and I'm back at it again with more stories of Sodor. Today it's Season 6, Episode 5, Limits. Now, you may remember that at the end, that during the previous episode, Dudley abused Daisy and made her think that she's not very useful if she can only carry passengers, so now Daisy, in this episode, is going to test her limits and do things that other engines can do and try to be more like other engines. Now, I thought last week that episode 4 was the best episode of season 6 so far. But, yeah, I love the writing in that, but how will episode 5 fare? Let's find out. Let's see if this episode's as good as I was hoping it'd be. I'm not expecting it to be quite as good as episode 4, but we'll see what happens. And also, it looks like Brian the brake van is going to be a prominent character in this one. A couple days ago, I was actually thinking about Brian and how we haven't seen him for a while and how he hasn't got much focus in the series since his introduction at the end of season 4. And I was thinking what more Victor could do with Brian and when we'd see him again. Then, a few hours later, he drops the preview and boom, there's Brian. So yeah, it's nice to see Brian again, and I can't wait to see how he contributes to this episode. Hang on, let me double check. It's definitely recording, very good. It's definitely recording my audio, very good, because I did attempt this a moment ago, but I realised the audio was completely dead. So, what will the consequences of Daisy pushing her limits end up being? And will she end up getting to be more like the other engines despite this? Let's find out. And let's see if this episode is as good as episode 4. Let's begin the reaction in 3, 2, 1.
The train, for its type, is the most powerful vehicle on land. And the engines of Sodor are the power behind the docks, industries and branch lines that make up the world-renowned Northwestern Railway. These are the stories of Sodor.
Oh, Dudley's gone, so he's changed Dudley out. He's swapped Dudley out with a Garrett. Sneaky, changing the intro of this. Very sneaky for the season 5 intro, how we all thought Dudley was going to be a prominent character based on the intro for the rest of the series, and then boom, Victor kills him in his appearance episode. Which is strange. Limits. Still no Thomas.
By 1967, the redevelopment of Wellsworth Yard was nearing completion. After the site was closed and stripped of anything rail-related, the land was then bought by the council, who turned it into a park. Within 18
Everyone knows that Wellsworth had a huge yard in the series,
It also
in the main Thomas series. So to see it turned into a park is
surreal. I swear, you Brits love slapping royal on everything. Well, of the crown bits, this place is shaping up to be something quite grand. It's come a long way since my day. Back then, this station was just one platform, and the yard was a pair of sidings. Does it bother you they've changed so much? No, of course not. I'm not opposed to change. If nobody uses the park, I might change my tune, but I don't think there's much chance of that happening. And have you heard the rumors about
I'm not opposed to change either, as long as it's good change. And a lot of the changes that have been happening on the UK's railways in the last few years have not been good ones. That's all I'll say. IETs, Class 800s. Anyway,
It's my tune, but I don't think there's much chance of that happening. And have you heard the rumors about the opening ceremony? Supposedly some big-time celebrity will be coming to cut the ribbon. Who? No idea. It's all very hush-hush.
My theory is that this celebrity is going to be someone who was, like, really big in the late 60s. I'm not sure who, but someone who was big in the 60s. Marilyn Monroe, maybe? Or the Reverend Audrey? I don't know.
Even Terrence's contacts can't find out anything. How often does that happen? Ah! Bust my buffers! Are you alright, Daisy? Yes, darling, I'm fine. I'm still getting used to this radio. Oh yeah, Watson said he was going to give all of us radios to improve communication. Boko got his the other day. Not a bad idea, really. No, it's not. That's another thing that's come a long way. I can remember listening to the first radio broadcast back in 1920. We all thought it was magic. Well, this magic can be a little startling when you're trundling along and then it suddenly squawks to life. Just now, James was informing Control he was leaving Vickerstown. And Reginald has arrived at Knapford. And Boko has stalled on the hill. Wait, what? Wait, what? Boko, this is Daisy. Did you say you've stalled? Yeah, my wheel slipped during the climb and now I'm stuck. I need a banker.
Oh wait, it's not Marilyn Monroe. She died in 1962. And this takes place in 1967. I'm an idiot.
And Reginald has arrived at Knapford.
So it can't be her.
And Boko has stalled on the hill. Wait, what? Wait, what? Boko, this is Daisy. Did you say you've stalled? Yeah, my wheel slipped during the climb and now I'm stuck. I need a banker. Not to worry, darling. I'll be right there. You? Is that a problem? No offense, Daisy, but can you do that? We'll soon find out. I'll be there in a jiffy. Over and out. Are you sure about this, Daisy? I mean, can you do this? I think so. I did help transport Derek to the works once. Yeah, with James's help. Maybe I should go instead. Nonsense. You and Brian have a rail tour to attend to, and you've got passengers on board. Exactly. I'm heading in the same direction as Boko. I can assist him and get my passengers to their destination at the same time. We all know how much Mr. Watson values efficiency. Besides, I need to see if I can do this.
Yes, she can. Yes, she does.
Are you sure about this? Yes, Boko, I am. On my count. 3, 2, 1.
Ooh. Not bad. Keep at it. Uh-oh. Already? Oh, no. Oops.
What on earth were you thinking, Daisy? That I could help, sir. You didn't help your passengers. Need I remind you that's what you're built for? No, sir. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. I should hope not. I need all of you in top form for when the guest of honor arrives. Is this about the opening of the park, sir? It is. This afternoon I was informed the person who will cut the ribbon will be none other than Her Majesty the Queen. Really, sir?
Ooh, nice. Are we gonna get a loose adaptation of Paint Pots and Queens now? Interesting.
Really, James? I understand this won't be the first time she's visited Sodor. No, sir. She came here as part of her coronation tour back in 1953. Gordon and I each had the honor of pulling the Royal Express.
Oh, they've already kind of adapted it.
And at Her Majesty's suggestion, we took turns racing between Arsper and Barrow to see who was the fastest. And who was? It was I, sir. But Her Majesty said she'd be open to a rematch if she ever came back. And this time, you're going to eat my dust, Gordon. If you say so, Reginald. Well, may the best engine win. The Queen will arrive on Thursday and will remain on Sodor for a few days afterwards. She's scheduled to visit several locations around the island and the railway. So needless to say, I expect you all to be on your best behaviour. Morning, Daisy. Oh, hello, Samantha.
Once again, I like the additional ambient sound effects that Victor's decided to include in the in like the ports and things. It gives the worlds more life. He hasn't done this in previous seasons, so it's nice to see him upping the production value each season.
Samantha, how are you? Chuffed that the Queen is coming. Last time she was here, she actually spoke to me. Said this yard was the finest she had ever seen. I don't know if she was just humoring me, but I felt proud all the same. And Reggie is raring to give Gordon a thrashing. That's wonderful, darling.
I've noticed a mistake.
That's...
Samantha's wheels are slipping backwards slightly. I'll let that slide. Oh, don't worry, Victor. I'll let that slide.
That's wonderful, darling.
No pun
Are you all right,
intended.
Daisy? Yes, I'm fine. You don't look it. Is this about what happened with Boko? A bit. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. You're not the first one to break down up there. There's a reason it's called Gordon's Hill, after all. And if I had just broken down on my own, I might not be too bothered. But it happened because I tried to push an entire train up the incline. What was I thinking? Don't feel too bad, love. I would have done the same in your place. I'm sure you would have actually helped. You can do more than... Samantha, come in. This is Control. Over. Sorry, Daisy. I have to take this. Copy, Control. This is Samantha. Go ahead. There's been a change to the schedule. The Duchess is due in early. Again? I'm afraid so. You'll have to organize her train immediately. But I have to assemble Emily's first. I'm sorry, this has priority. Assemble both trains as quick as you can. Over and out. Assemble both trains? Do they think I'm a magician? Sounds like you could use an extra pair of buffers. Will mine do? Are you sure? Well, I clearly have no talent for banking. I could try my hand at shunting. You handle the Duchess, and I'll take care of Emily's train. All right, take the trucks in those two sidings and assemble them on track 3. Do you think you can manage that? Absolutely. Not a problem.
Nice.
Perhaps I spoke too soon. Oh, there's the other half of my train. Sorry, Emily. I'll be right there. Daisy, are you playing shunter now? I'm not playing, Emily. I was just trying to... Daisy, this is Control. Confirm your whereabouts. Over. Copy, Control. I'm at Knapford Harbour assisting Samantha. With shunting? Yes, she needed help. And your passengers need you. You're late to collect them for the 8 a.m. commute. Oh, no.
Not again. He's pissed them off again.
So when you said it won't happen again, what exactly did you mean? I'm sorry, sir. I don't want your apologies. I want an explanation. According to your record, you've always done a sublime job as a passenger engine. Why did you suddenly decide to start branching out? I wanted to see how useful I could be. Who said you weren't useful? Dudley, don't tell me this is about him. Would that I could, darling. Fizzling fireboxes. Why'd you listen to that asshole? I couldn't help it. His words struck a chord. I may have said I was useful at the time, but the more I thought about it, the more I started to wonder if I truly was. Given my recent performance, I'm not. I can't bank a train, I can barely shunt, and I got so exhausted organizing Emily's train that goods work is clearly out of the question. But you weren't built for that kind of work. You said so yourself. Exactly. I was built for a single purpose, to take passengers. And I've been failing at that lately. I guess that means I've become completely useless. Only if you fail to correct your behavior. I'm sorry you're feeling down in the dumps, but for the sake of your passengers and the railway, can you please stick to your primary duty? Yes, sir, I can.
Very good.
It won't happen again. Truly. Good. And if you really are bothered by your lack of versatility, maybe I could talk to Mr. Hall and see if he can do something about it. What do you say? That would be wonderful, sir. Thank you.
That's nice.
I shudder to think what the mad lad might cook up. Whatever it is, I hope it works. It must be hard wanting to do more but not being able to cook up.
Hang on, what did Brian say?
I shudder to think what the mad lad might cook up. Whatever it is, I hope it works. It must be hard wanting to do more but not being able to. You're right about that, but the important thing is to be content with your limits. You talking from experience? Oh yes, I went through the same phase as Daisy. I tried to be more useful. It ended badly. How badly?
Ooh.
Hello, Rosie. Brian. Hello, Daisy. I heard you've been having some problems. Yes, I've been making a complete fool of myself. I know the feeling. Did I ever tell you about the time I tried to double as a box van? No. What happened? It wasn't long after that radio broadcast. I was on the mainland by then. I was in a siding chatting to a truck. He was talking about all the things he'd transported over the years. I then realized the only thing I'd ever carried was a guard. It made me feel kind of useless. So the next time I was attached to a goods train, I insisted the lads load me up, which they did. The problem was I was carrying more weight than usual, so when the train started off, my coupling broke. They not only had to find another brake van, but transfer the cargo I was carrying into another truck. By the time the train left, they were nearly an hour behind schedule. Your manager couldn't have been too happy about that. Oh, he wasn't. I explained why I did it. He was still ticked off, but he gave me the best advice I've ever heard. Let your limits become your strength. So I did. I dedicated myself to being the best brake van I could. And it doesn't bother you that you can't do anything more? Nope. I perform an important job for the railway, just like you. He's right. All of us can take passengers, but you always get the highest marks for comfort and punctuality. Maybe you are a master of only one trade, but I think that is better than being a master of none. Yes, exactly. Yes, I suppose it is. Thank you, both of you. You've given me a lot to... Oh, what now? Goodness me, the Royal Express is broken down. What? Is it Thursday already? Where is it? A couple of miles from here. Are they sending a relief engine? They didn't say. I assume so, but there's no sense leaving Her Majesty stranded, not when there's an alternative. What alternative? Wait, you're not thinking about pulling the train, are you? Of course not. That is beyond my limits. I need to focus on my strengths as a passenger engine.
She's gonna transport the Queen, is she? Is that the Queen? Is that seriously the only model of the Queen Victor could find? I mean, fair enough, but not what I was expecting from the model of the Queen.
I cannot thank you enough.
Oh, and she's speaking directly to
I cannot thank you enough for coming to my rescue, Daisy. It was my I cannot thank you enough for coming to my rescue, Daisy. It was my pleasure, Mum. I hope you enjoyed the trip. I most certainly did. I've never travelled in a rail car before. You provide a most sumptuous ride. I hope to be able to travel with you again. I'd be honoured to have you aboard, ma'am. If your Majesty wishes, I could make Daisy available for your exclusive use. Oh, no, that won't be necessary. It would be a sin to deny the people of Sodor Daisy's services. No, we will adhere to the original schedule, which will include a rematch between you two. Oh, thank you, Your Majesty. Reginald and I would be thrilled. And if I may say, ma'am, I intend to win. Well, good luck to the both of you. May the best engine win. Now, if you will excuse me, I will retire for the evening. It's been a very long day. Of course. Good night, Your Majesty. Good night, everybody.
Wow.
Well done,
and
Daisy.
And 6 police bodyguards protecting her, of course.
Well done, Daisy. Indeed. Perhaps you ought to have a crack at pulling the Royal Express. Oh no, like I told Rosie and Brian earlier, that is beyond my capabilities. It doesn't have to stay that way. I spoke to Mr. Hall. He said he could probably whip something up to improve your speed and your strength. Ooh. Thank you, sir, but it won't be necessary. I have accepted my place in the world. Besides, Her Majesty is right. It would be a sin to deny the people of Sodor my services. And the people of Sodor turned out in would be a sin to deny...
what a very humble, what's it called? Well, yeah, that's very humble of you, Daisy, I guess, desiring to not seek more. Very humble of you indeed. That's admirable.
Speed and your strength. Thank you, sir, but it won't be necessary. I have accepted my place in the world. Besides, Her Majesty is right. It would be a sin to deny the people of Sodor my services, and the people of Sodor turned out in droves to see Her Majesty, especially at the opening ceremony the next
Daisy's
day.
theme.
Turned out in droves. Be a sin to deny the people of Sodor my services, and the people of Sodor turned out in droves to see Her Majesty, especially at the opening ceremony the next day. To thunderous applause, she cut the ribbon. From that day on, the park has received heavy use. Throughout the rest of her time on Sodor, the Queen visited several locations and took part in the rematch between Gordon and Reginald. This time, it was the latter who took the crown. She also rode aboard Daisy several times. The Queen was so impressed by her performance that she unofficially dubbed the Class 101 as the Royal Rail Car. After that, she was perfectly content with being a passenger engine, which is hardly surprising. With a title like that, how can you not be?
Indeed, Victor. Well, very humble episode. Daisy had some nice character development there. And it's nice to see how the consequences of Dudley's visit impacted the series. Very nice, Victor. Again, not as good as last week's episode. But I still enjoyed this one. This was a very interesting episode. I'm really looking forward to the next one. Can't remember what it is, but I'm looking forward to it. So well done, Victor. This was a fantastic episode. I can't wait to see what the rest of the series cooks up. We're now halfway through it. And as I said, I can't wait to see how the rest of the season plays out. So thank you all so much for coming, everyone. Hope you all enjoyed this reaction. Please like, comment, share this video with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to me, TrainLover16, if you haven't already, and also subscribe to Victor Tanzig if you haven't already. And I will see you all in my next video. Goodbye, everyone.